Hey there, Tricia Turner here. For your September market update. I'm listening to questions every day from real estate agents, from consumers, from pretty much everybody. And the question everybody's asking is, how's the market? Is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to sell? Like, what should we do right now? Normally, in a normal market, the month of September is traditionally a slower month. And that is because buyers and sellers usually pause their search a little bit because kids have just went back to school in most cities and states. And so September traditionally is usually a little bit of a quieter month. October usually kicks off more of a buying season because you've got people that want to be in the home by the end of the year. They want to be in the home by Christmas. They want to be in the home by that little break that kids get between Christmas and New Year's. So there's reasons for people buying at the end of the year. It's actually a great time to buy at the end of the year. People are concerned now, like the news is talking about a housing crash. The news is talking about, all kinds of things with housing. Here's what we know. Now, this is for the local Houston market. We're not seeing home values coming down. What we do see are small pockets in Houston, still with multiple offers, still selling at or over list price. But here's what you need to understand. Number one, during COVID, that was the weirdest time ever in real estate. Never had we seen anything like that. Homes were flying off the market. That ended like over a year ago. June of 2022 is when it really started showing signs of ending. September of 2022, done, over and done with. So a year ago is when things really shifted and things came to a screeching halt. Now we're September 2023. Don't know what interest rates are doing this month. They may hike up one more time. They may. We don't know. There seems to be no clear pattern or no clear rhythm to that. What we do know is that we're seeing home appreciation still. Depends on your price point, depends on your area. Here's what you need to know. If you're thinking about buying a home, you should be looking right now. You should see what are you comfortable paying your payment wise? And then that is where you determine what you can afford. Now, I do believe, and the people that I collaborate with believe, that interest rates will come down. If I had to tell you a time and a date, I would tell you look for it around the holidays. I would tell you possibly Thanksgiving, Christmas era. I would tell you, if not then, likely January. What does that mean? Well, if I'm looking for a home today in September 2023, I first of all have to go find a home. I've got to be pre-approved, number one. Then I've got to find a home. Once I find that home, I've got to negotiate a contract. I've got to go through an inspection period. Once I get through that time frame, then I have to have my loan processed if I'm doing financing. All of that takes time. That can take anywhere from 60 to 70, 80, 90 days. So if your goal is to be in a home by the end of the year, you definitely need to start looking now. And if you believe interest rates will come back down some, where are they going to go? I've heard 6.2. I've heard 5.8. We don't have a crystal ball. We know what it should show and what signs are showing us. But again, the signs that we've been paying attention to clearly haven't paved the right path, and no one really knows because it's very erratic. I would look at your budget and if you stretch yourself for the next 6 months, knowing that likely you're going to be able to refinance in about 6 months and get a little bit of a breather there on your payment, go for that. Know that right now, if you're buying a home, when I say it's a great time to buy, there's several reasons for that. Number one, new construction. A lot of the new builders, new communities have inventory, and they have inventory they want to sell. New home construction, they want their books, they don't want to carry a bunch of inventory into the new year. So in the last quarter of the year, you're going to get a really good deal on new construction. Can you get lower than base price? Not typically, but can you get more in incentives? Yes. Can you possibly get a premium lot for no premium fee? Yes. Can you get incentives towards your closing costs? Absolutely. All these things matter, especially if you want to buy your interest rate down, should it be a little bit higher than you're comfortable with. So right now is an amazing time to buy. Just like they tell you when buying a car, best time to buy a car is at the end of the month, when before they have to do their inventory, they put all these incentives in place. Housing's the same. Best time to buy, one of the best times to buy, towards the end of the year, last quarter of the year. And right now, while homes are not selling as fast and they're not selling over list price, you as a buyer have more negotiating power. So for one, you got to be with an expert real estate company like ours so that you understand what you're doing, you understand the market, you understand your numbers and what is that home really worth and what kind of negotiating can be done, and then leave it to your trusted advisor to make that happen for you. And then for sellers, if you are thinking about selling your home right now, Number one, it needs to look amazing. It needs to be clean. It needs to be pristine. It needs to be priced right. And you need to be uncomfortable for a bit. It's not going to be fun to have showings going on constantly. It's not going to be fun to have open houses done. But you know what? This is an investment. When we take on a listing, we as a real estate company, we invest thousands of dollars in just even launching that thing. Then we are investing time, energy, and money in getting it sold. So it's an investment on our part, but it's also an investment on your part, because that asset, if you've done everything right and you bought it right, has appreciated. And if you get with a trusted advisor, you've got it priced right and marketed right, you're going to gain a return on your asset. And it's usually for your benefit, for the positive. So absolutely a great time to buy and sell right now. Is it a great time to invest? That's a different market. We have higher interest rates right now. So if you're thinking of buying a home to hold it as a rental, your margins are going to be smaller right now. For sure, interest rates are higher, especially on investment properties. So kind of know what you're looking for and what your goals are before you decide if it's a great time for you to buy, sell, or invest. I will tell you that real estate is still the soundest, in my opinion, soundest investment out there. It's safe. And if you buy it right and you're guided right, you'll be fine. And you can always sell it should you need to sell it. I would encourage you to pay attention to all of our social media. Make sure you're on our email list. I'm obsessed with the market, and I'm constantly giving advice on how to get through and manage this market. And come to our events. Like, if you're a real estate agent, you need to come to our events. They're for everybody. They're not just for our agents on our team. So I'm Tricia Turner. Make sure you're paying attention to who you're paying attention to. Watch. Make sure they know what they're talking about. Have an awesome day. And if you want more tips, you can always schedule a call. Bye.